Hi, welcome to my day. This video is not something that I actually want to share, but I think the Lord wants me to, and so I need to. It's something that I am ashamed of and sad and mad. I just feel bad that it happened. I can't believe that I fell for it. Um, but from what I'm hearing, it is something super common that is happening to a lot of people. And so looking back, I'm like, oh, I cannot believe it. Sounds stupid when I recount what happened. Um, that I actually it happened to me, but it happens to a lot of people. And so I was scammed. I fell for a scam. I mean, obviously, I willingly participated in it, um, not thinking clearly, and they used many forms of manipulation, and it worked, and it was like the perfect timing, uh, and everything. So I'm going to share with you the things that I have learned. Um, some seem like common sense for sure, but it just happened to be the perfect storm that it happened. But I'm hearing from between the police officers and the bank and everyone I tell, they're all like, "Oh yeah, we just heard of so and so I knew did it, and so fell for it." And the police department says we get these calls all the time, and people are losing $70,000, $30,000. The bank said every day they're hearing people who fall for this, and there's really no way to get your money back for this particular scam. So I had to share it, even though I don't want to because I'm embarrassed. Um, but it is what it is. It happened. I can't go back. So I'm finding that number one, I am never going to talk business, bank, legal, anything important when I am multitasking. I'm a great multitasker. I pride myself in being a great multitasker, but I definitely, in these scamming scenarios, I wasn't thinking clearly because I was in a hurry and there was a lot going on, and it happened. So, last, was it July? This is the end of August. Um, Everything lined up so that it made me think that it was true. And I don't know that they intended on it that way, but it just so happened that way. So July 6th, I actually had an alert that my card, my bank card, was used, and that was legit. My bank had let me know, and I ordered a new card, and everything was taken care of. And then August 6th, I got a text, and it looked so similar to the bank's one that I was busy. I was teaching Sunday school after church, and they said, "Is this yours?" And I said, "No, I didn't purchase that." And then the difference between the bank and this scenario is they started calling me to take care of it. They called, and I was like, I couldn't answer because I was teaching Sunday school. So I was like, I'll take care of it later. Um, so I was just trying to get it out of the way on the way home from church, but the kids were, everyone was talking, we were trying to get lunch together. It was crazy, and I gave out a whole bunch of information that I shouldn't have. And I know better. I know that. Uh, but I just was busy and I wasn't thinking. And so my husband David stopped me and was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! This is not right." And so he talked to them, and then they ended up hanging up. Um, but the damage had been done. They got my information. So I immediately changed my online banking information, my password, my security word. I changed all of that. So, and then I went next day, Monday. I went to the bank and I checked with them, and they said, "Yeah, that's just all you can do, really. Just keep an eye on it," and everything had been fine. So then, uh, Dave thinks that those people probably sold my information then on the black market to someone else, a bigger scammer. And then Friday, the 18th, um, I get a phone call. I had just put the little boy down that I babysit down for a nap, and I was finishing up Miles's lunch, and the kids were not back at school yet. I have pages of notes that these people were telling me. This is all the things that they took a lot of time and detail for this scam, which is another reason why I thought these people were legit helping me fix what I had done wrong last time. Um, this person, she gave me the spelling of her name, her badge ID number, my case ID number. She said she was from the Border Protection, U.S. Customs, and said that there was an illegal packet. No, she said there was a package for me. She told me my name and my address. Oh, second thing I learned was obviously you'd never give out personal information to anyone on the phone. No one will ever ask you for your personal information, banking, social security, birthday, all those things. No one will ask that to you. So I learned that lesson. And on this phone call, I didn't give out any information. And they even told me, we will not ask you for information. So I was like, okay, so I already learned that lesson. I won't do that. And they're telling me they won't do that. So good. Maybe that's, So, anyways, they told me, this person told me that I had a package mailed to me from somebody in Texas. Do I know anyone in Texas? Am I expecting a package? I said no. She said, she gave me the address on it was mine. Apparently, there was illegal drugs in it. And she said, are you aware that there's also 2 unclaimed properties in Texas? And she gave me the exact addresses of them. I said no. She said there's these um, bank accounts in your name that are overdrawn and this and that. And she said there's money laundering and drug trafficking involved in these properties. She said we checked into your background and we found it's clean, so we don't think it's you, but we still need to take care of this to fix it so you don't get in further trouble. So then she keeps putting me on hold. She's talking to the FBI or something, and then the FBI calls me. It comes up on my phone, FBI. And he gave me his name. He's from the fraud account, federal badge number, and he said, okay, so there are 2 options. You could do a public act, which you will come down to Texas. You will hire a criminal lawyer, and you will take it to court. And if you are found not guilty for these charges, you will get a $30,000 compensation for your troubles and your fees and all that stuff. I said, well, obviously, I have 4 children, one of which has a disability. That would be really difficult for me. And I can't really afford to do that either. And then he said if they found you not guilty, you will have to pay $80,000 and you will go to jail for 1 to 3 years. So I'm like in tears at this point, like, okay, that's not gonna work for me. I didn't do anything wrong. And he said, well, the second option is the ADR protocol, which it's a dispute for the deletion outside of the courthouse of the alleged info. And so I was like, well, clearly I'll do that because, I was pretty upset. And I just felt like, okay, I need to clear this up. I need to take care of this to fix this. So then he says he's working with the Treasury Department. He tells me, this is the stupid part, I know. But in the moment when he was pressuring me and, just guilting me, he was using a lot of manipulation, lots of different kinds. So this is the part that sounds stupid. I get it. I know that now. He said, you go to the bank. You're going to do this in order to keep your money safe. And when we know what's yours, the Treasury Department can see that it's yours. And then they can catch the other things that are still going on because it's not you. So this is a way to prove that this is you and all those are not you. And then they can catch those people. Mind you, I'm still taking care of all the children. And we're getting ready to go camping for the weekend. And so I'm trying to get everything ready for that and get ready to go. So I'm just like, oh, gosh, I got to do this so we can go camping and whatnot. Anyways, he said you're going to withdraw the maximum amount of money in your bank account. You're going to get a receipt. The transaction ID on the receipt will tell us that it's you, will tell us the bills, all those things. You're going to keep the funds safe for 24 hours. Then your social security number will get suspended, and you're going to, that way we know if someone's trying to use it, we'll know it's not you because we're just suspending it. And then you're going to convert your funds, you're going to digitize your funds to verify the money through the Treasury Department so that they get notified that these bills are yours and they're not fraud bills or fake bills or whatever. And then he asked me what Bitcoin, if I knew what a Bitcoin was, and I didn't know. Like I thought, I don't know, something to do with like Fortnite, playing video games. I don't know. So then which is good. I didn't know because that's how he got me again. I didn't know anything about it. I just was trusting him, which I am a trustful person, which is good and bad. And in this case, and in this day and age, is bad. I'd like to say I will not be anymore, but I don't. I'm wiser now, but. He said the Bitcoin, it's encrypted under my information and it's non-traceable, so no one can get it. It'll just be mine. Then it'll go to a Social Security digital wallet, which they'll give me a QR code for, which obviously it was a code for them, and they were the only ones with a key to use it, which I didn't realize at the time. And then we'll get a text from the Treasury, which has the QR code on it, which is linked to my new Social Security card, and it'll be active with my information. And then, so then I was to do that, I would have to take my money to the nearest Bitcoin machine, and there's only a few around here approved by the Treasury, the government. Not true. Another lesson I learned is the government hates Bitcoin because it is untraceable and it's encrypted, and the government can't control it. Which is why I will not be getting my money back. And if you do this, you will not get your money back because they can't do anything about it. Once it's in there, it's gone. So anyways, so then he told me how to do it, and he says, don't talk to anyone. So he stays on the phone for me for over 2 hours. Over 2 hours he stays on the phone with me, and just so he could help me and talk me through and make sure everything's going okay. All right, fell for that one. So he would go on hold while I'm getting the kids together and ready. I guess he was still listening. I don't know. So I'm getting Miles ready. I'm changing him. Like, he knows that I have a disabled child, which is horrible. That he would still do this to me. They're just horrible people. And then he has me get my son's earbuds and connect it to the phone so that I can still talk to him and people don't realize what I'm doing, and I can still do things. So then he has me keep it on while I go into the bank, but he says to not let anyone know that I'm talking to the FBI. Oh, okay. Anyways, so I have it on. I don't say any personal information in the bank, which is good because they didn't get that then. But I take all my money out, and he says, just take the maximum amount that you can. You don't want to close the accounts out because we want to know that it's still yours. And then the next day we'll transfer them back in. They didn't. They wouldn't. And then the bank would ask you why you're taking it out, and so then you're supposed to lie to them and tell them it's a medical emergency at home, which enacts HIPAA, and they can't ask you anything else after that. So anyways, so I'm pulling into the bank, take a step back, and I say, how do I really know it's you? I started to question it, and he has an answer for everything. I started questioning, like, I just don't know, like, I just kind of feel like this is strange, like, and he says, so he puts me on hold again for a second while I Google his name, and there's an article with his name on it. It pops up. He works at the FBI, all these things. And then when he says again, I heard you questioning who I am, he says, go to government. I said, it's okay. I looked you up. I believe who you are. I saw your name under the FBI. And he's like, no. Go to FBI.gov And he actually leads me through the website, takes me to the office this man is from. I look it up. He says, "Okay, do you see my name? Do you see my picture?" I said, "Yeah." He says, um, "Okay, so do you see the phone number for me?" I said, "Yeah." He says, "Does it match the one you're talking to me on?" I said, "Oh, yeah, it does." So he took an extra step, even after I said I was good. He took an extra step to make sure that I was fully convinced. Now, what you should do is hang up and call that number back, and if you get the same man, the same person, then you know. But I didn't think about that. So, anyways, they have apps now that they can change what a number appears on your phone. So, it was the FBI's phone number that appeared on my phone. However, it wasn't actually that number. So, another thing I learned, they can change their numbers. So yeah, I get the money out, and all this time I was like trying to rush, and so I didn't mess. He said don't talk to anybody. I would have told my husband, but he was at work, and so I was kind of just texting a little bit here and there, and then I guess I had said something, and he was like, "Don't tell your husband, just because we a lot of times this happens with somebody close to you. They steal your information." And like, I knew it wasn't him. I trust my husband. It's his money too. It would be stupid. But I also was in a hurry to get to the mountains, and I knew he was working and was in a hurry to finish work, and so I just wasn't going to bother him because I was wanted to just take care of it myself and be done. He would have known right away that it was a scam, and I was completely silly to not just text him and be like, "Hey, is this legit?" Because that would have made a whole lot of sense. But the government will never ask you to keep secrets. The bank won't ask you to keep secrets. They will let you say, "Hey, I'm going to check with my husband first," and and all that. So another lesson. Plus, they won't rush you. The government is slow. Banking is slow. Business is slow. No one is going to rush you. You got to take care of this now. He was rushing me to get out of the house to get to the bank. Um, I was like, it's going to take me time to get the kids ready. This little guy is still sleeping. He's not going to get picked up. He's not going to get picked up for a while, like for half an hour yet. So he stayed on the phone with me during all that while I was getting the kids ready and whatnot. I was rushing around. Over 2 hours he stayed on the phone with me. So anyways, I think those are all the important things that I learned. But so then I get to the Bitcoin place after we went to another one that was out of order. He sends me to the next one. He like looks it up and sends me there. Um, and then he says to go inside. He gives me directions. He says, don't read the terms and agreement stuff. You don't have time. The Treasury only turns this machine on to be government approved for a certain period of time. So you got to make sure you do it. Don't talk to anybody. Which just felt like I was a spy in a movie, which was really weird. Felt like I was doing bad things. I don't know. I was. Anyway, so I go in there and I start putting the bills in. Um, and I just agreed to it. I just followed his directions blindly. And so, I mean, my heart was racing. I was nervous, but I was still following directions. And okay, so I start doing it and I start putting money in. Thank God I started putting in from the envelope that had lower bills in it first. If I would have done the bigger envelope, I would have lost a lot more money. But God was really watching out for me. So there's a man in there, and he is looking at cigars because it's like a cigar shop with these machines in it. And he goes, "Ma'am, do you know what this machine is for?" And he's like kind of playing it cool. And I was like, "I'm sorry, I can't talk right now because the guy told me not to talk to anybody." And he then he presses me more and he says, "Ma'am, do you know what you're doing?" And I said, "I'm sorry, I can't talk right now. I'm gonna be a little while. You're just gonna have to wait or something." And then finally, I'm still putting money into it, and he can. It's totally obvious I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm freaking out. And then he shows me his badge. Here he's an off-duty cop, and then I just And he says, "Ma'am, you're being scammed. You need to stop." And so I'm like, start crying and like freaking out. I was like, "I don't know what to do. The FBI is telling me to do this." And he's like, "It's not the FBI. You need to stop." And I was like, I don't know. I can't, I'm in, I don't know. And so I'm freaking out. And I was like, "Here, you talk to him." So I hand him my phone. And so he's trying to open it because it's locked, of course. And then finally I was like, "Oh, here, I'll do it." And so then I started, and he had hung up. And I was like, "You lost it. You hung up on him. And what do I do now? I'm in trouble." Like, he's like, "Ma'am, that was not the FBI. You were being scammed." And so then we tried to cancel the transaction because it hadn't sent yet. But there's no way to go back. It wouldn't let you go back. It wouldn't let you cancel. It was not going to give you your money back. So I lost, I don't want to say it. I lost $1,100. It could have been way worse, and we could be completely broke like a lot of people. But if God hadn't put that, I fully believe that God put him there at that time. He was off duty. It was his day off. He was buying a cigar. He was a very nice man. He tried to cancel it. We took pictures of the screens. He called the police department for me, and they came out. Um, so, uh, so then I had to go to the police department, fill out a report. I was just a hot mess all day. So all weekend, I went on Monday then to call the police department to file a report, and he said it happens all the time, and told me the things I already learned, like don't do this and this. I'm like, yes, I know that now. Wish I would have known that before. Um, so I can't get the money back, which I know that. I chose to put it in there. No one stole it from me. I was manipulated and tricked. Um, I will no longer be multitasking when I do those things. I won't be rushed. I won't give information. I won't keep secrets. Um, yeah. So I keep finding people every time I tell them, they're like lecturing me what not to do, which I know that now. And I'm just hoping that this video helps people who don't know that yet and save some people from making those mistakes that I did. Sorry this movie is long. But I just felt like God was telling me I need to share it so that maybe someone else won't fall for it either. There's scams out there of people asking you to get gift cards or something, or send gift cards in, and then you win money, or I don't even know. You win money, but you have to send in this money first. If they ask you to do that, it's not real, and you lose that money. So, anyways, I checked my credit, and so far it's good. I put not a freeze. I put a extended identity watch or something on so nobody can open anything in my name without me finding out. I got the identity theft and the police report, and I have all these things. So it's scary. I feel ashamed that it happened, but it happened, and it's sad. But don't let it happen to you or anybody else. Make sure your loved ones know. Don't just assume that they know, because they might be multitasking and they might fall for it. Oh, it's not funny. It's not funny at all. But you laugh so you don't cry again, right? Anywho, that's my story. God loves you. Even when you make mistakes, He loves you, and He still wants to be with you and talk to you and help you. So yeah, talk to Him. Share your smile. Share my story. Whether I like it or not, it is what it is. I met lots of people. Got all the police cards here from all the police I talked to. All right. Have a good day. Thanks for watching.